Welcome to SolidCAM Professor on our series of Getting Started. I'm Sydney, your SolidCAM Professor, and in this part we'll be showing the use of a modular of wirecut. In the part that we see on our screen, I'd like to actually use a wirecut machining in order to cut out this window here, and also these holes, including the chamfer that we see over here itself. Now, before I start machining, let me just go into my coordinate system manager. And if I go into edit, what's important over here are these fields. We have here the height of the upper guide that we have over the part itself, the work upper level of the part, zero level, which is the bottom of the part itself, and of course the distance of the lower guide from the zero, from this area over here, from the work upper level. One other thing we should note also, that as far as my initial CAM part definition, it is almost exactly like it is as in a regular milling operation, except over here we do not define the target. We only define the stock. The target we do not define itself. Now my first operation that I'd like to do would be to cut out this pocket that we see over here. And what I'd like to do is when I cut out the pocket, I like to cut it out, but at the very end I want to leave in an area, not cut it all the way through, because I don't want the part to fall through, and then I have an option of finishing it off later. If I go into my operation that I've created, I have my geometry which I've created around the part itself. Now I will not be doing a rough cut, but I'll be doing two finish paths in this particular case. Working on the left side, compensation on finish, and my finish direction will be one way. In other words, I'll go around once and then go around a second time. Now, what's important to note, what I mentioned before, is we have what they call the automatic stop technology. And the automatic stop technology, I have it set at later, which means, like I said, as I explained before, I would like to cut off the part only later on, towards the end of my machining process. Now we have also something else here. At what distance, or I can pick a point as to where I want it to stop. In this particular case, I've chosen the option of stopping 3 millimeters before the end of the part itself, of the part of cutting off the pocket itself. If I were to go simulate, you'll note that it automatically, we have a second operation, and it will do both simulations together. In other words, there are two operations that are created when you do this particular type of operation of using later. It goes around and then completes off this corner itself. Let me just do it again one more time, and at the end it cuts off that particular area. Now you'll also note that the operation, the second operation that was created, I can move it further on to a different point, move it back here, but I cannot have the original operation go after that, because as you see, the later operation cannot be placed before the parent operation. So in other words, they are tied one to another. I cannot delete this. There is no delete here because this is part of this particular operation. If I deleted this operation, then they would both be deleted. Now my next operation, again, I want to do the exact same thing that I've done here, except in this pocket over here. And I'll be basically using the exact same type of technology. Leaving For later, in this particular case, I left the distance of 5 millimeters, but this time I'll be working on the right hand side. But everything else is basically the same. Choosing my profile. This time I'll be doing a finished path of only once. But again, I will be using the option of later. If I were to simulate this, you'll note again it's doing both simulations at the same time. Let's just do a simple solid verify simulation. I run my simulation, and you'll note that this is what happened over here. That was what was cut out. And let me just simply take out what I don't need. And you can see everything was cut out from that hole itself. In my next operation, I like to just simply do these holes over here. And in this case, I will be going through the very end of the part, not using the later option. If I open up my operation, you'll see I have path, finished path as 1, working on the left hand side. Auto stop technology, in this case I pick none, I do not want any. Very simple operation. Finish direction only one way because I'm only doing one cut in any case. And basically we're all set. Now in my next operation, I'd like to deal with these chamfered areas. Now what's different about these chamfered areas is now we're working on an angle. What I've done in this operation is very simple. First of all, I've chosen to work in the option of wirecut angle operation. My geometries, you'll note, is the smaller circle of the hole, not the top diameter. Working on my left-hand side of the geometry. What's important over here is the angle value that I want, plus the Z level that my angle is going to. In other words, my angle is going to up until this point. That's the value I put over here. If I were to do simulate right now, you'll see that it's working exactly on that area itself, cutting out those chamfers as you see. If I were to use the solid verify simulation, you'll see the tool goes down to working on an angle, going over to the next hole, doing every single hole in this fashion. Let me just stop it for a moment. And as you can see, if I were to go over here, I can take out the material and you'll see only exactly what was cut out up until that point. In other words, doing the entire chamfer that I need over there. Now to complete this part, I still have to finish off these holes here. And that I'll be doing simply exact same way I finished off these holes by a simple profile operation. My geometry will be the exact same geometry I used in my angle, as you can see here. Again, I'll be using a finish path, left side, no stop technology. And if I was to do my simulation, again, you'll see that's working just on those circles. Thank you for joining us on SolidCAM Professor. Take care and have a nice day.